started. We're going to start with the invocation from Steve Patterson.
Heavenly Father, we thank you for allowing us to gather here today as friends and Lions. We pray a special blessing on the families of the Reineckes and the Specks as they deal with the loss of Jim and Walter. We too will miss them greatly. We pray your blessing on those that cannot be with us and those that are hurting for various reasons. We pray a blessing that the food we eat today will strengthen our bodies and strengthen our love and resolve, and particularly our love for you and each other. Amen.
Amen. And then Harold Malone.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And our singer Marilyn.
My country is of thee, sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of thy pilgrims pride, from every mountainside, let freedom ring.
Okay. Thank you. Good to see you all. Let's start back there in the back with the guest introductions.
Lion President Carrie Ann, fellow Lions, and yes, we have a pretty long list here today. Wayne Smith has Andrea Hopkins, Rena Cheney, Stephen Cheney, Leo Cheney, and Mira Cheney.
Okay.
Mike Parker with Michelle Parker,
Yes.
and Rainy McGuire with, is it Elise?
The better Parker.
Elise.
That's it.
Is that Elise? Okay. Okay. Well, welcome guests. Penny, did you want to give us the sunshine report? Okay.
President Carrie Ann, fellow Lions and guests. We have not so sunshine report, but we have cards back here for the Speck family and also for the Reinecke family on both of their losses. We also have a card for Ruth Morrill. She's had COVID and she's recovering. And then I also sent a card to Rose Dickinson on, you haven't really announced it yet, but on her taking a brief leave here. So, and they'll send a thank you card to her.
Okay. All right. Thank you. We can move on to the Happy Bucks.
Can I play with the hair? Look at those girls. That's right. I don't think.
Eat your heart out, Palmer. You'll notice. It's all there. Oh, President Carrie Ann, fellow Lions and guests. Thank you very much for that. If you haven't heard the story, it goes like this. I looked in the mirror about 6 weeks ago when I should have been having a haircut, and I said, you know what? For the first time in my life, I'm going to grow my hair out and have a ponytail. I've had a business haircut my entire life since I was like this size.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, I'm done. I don't like getting my hair cut.
Man bun.
No. But you see, I've only trusted 4 women my entire life with scissors that close to my brain.
Yeah.
So there's that first happy buck. Second happy buck is for the next, reporting in dollar, After 11 days, Longview Orthopedic got back to me and say that Medicare had denied my knee surgery because they believe that 3 months of physical therapy is going to help solve the completely torn pieces of my right knee. So all I can say at this point is growing old is a trap. Medicare is a joke. And if you would like to have the most expensive year of your life, turn 65. It is truly an amazing experience. But they have enough money in their coffers to mail me every piece of literature in 9 different languages, just in case I don't know how to read English that's on the first page. That's always let's see, the 3rd, 4th, or 5th happy bucks all have to do with this past weekend. What a lovely time at Lion Cindy and Jim's house on Saturday. The next one, of course, has to do with this week up at the lake. I'm sure it's going to be another fantastic one. Then on Saturday, alternately the saddest, one of the more sad days of the year, but also an incredible day for the Justin DeRozier Memorial Golf Tournament, where more than 300 law enforcement folks from all around the western region, some as far as New York City, actually come to play golf to honor the young man who was tragically killed here 6 years ago. The best part of it is that I think Lily's college fund is completely full. We're not stopping, okay? Because that family needs our support, and we will continue to give it. 39,400 back to Blue Stickers donated copies today over the past 6 years.
Yeah, you have it. Oh. How are you doing?
President Carrie Ann, fellow Lions and guests, I'm extremely happy to have my daughter here from Spokane. Her daughter and her husband he's in the Navy. And he's been stationed over in Virginia, and they're being relocated to Guam. Where they've been before. Nice and warm weather over there. Another happy item was here a few months ago I made a donation to the Parks Department again this year. So there's now 2 more tree identification plaques on Lions Island. It says honoring pioneer lions to White Smith and David Smith.
Why am I home?
President Carrie Ann, my name is Mike Bolin. I have 2 happy bucks. I'm really happy that the stroke I had wasn't the fatal one. That type of stroke, not generally, but sometimes ends in the patient not making it past the minute that you had it. And I'm just really happy too about the fact that my beautiful wife Anita has taken care of me very well. I don't lack very much of anything.
That's why they say for better for worse.
We're bald.
Sorry.
Carrie Ann, fellow Lions and guests. These are $2, one each from Paul Spears and his lovely new companion, Sue, who I saw in a bar. It was not a chocolate bar either.
Past District Governors. Two Michaels. And Deb.
Thank you. Lovely Dale.
Yeah.
No, I can't go there anymore. President Carrie Ann, two sad dollars, one for the passing of Jim and the other for the passing of Walt. And a mixed happy sad dollar. Sad dollar is Marilyn and myself will be missing the Thursday concert and the Squirrel Fest. But the happy part of that is that we're going to go spend a few days with our son and family camping. So the other happy part of that dollar is for the wonderful job that Rick and his friends that he rounded up fixed the door over there at the shop.
Oh, how did you broke, Rick?
After Dan Camarda forgot to close that window.
Yeah, I saw that. That's what happened. Oh.
President Carrie Ann told lines again, I have $5. One, we had a fun turkey on Saturday at our house. The sad part of that is not everybody we invited showed up, so we've still got 3 pounds of shrimp to eat and probably about 5 pounds of pulled pork. So I told Jim we should have another party for the leftover party.
I like it. We like leftovers. Moving right along. Line John Claypool.
President Carrie Ann, fellow Lions and guests, my first dollar is not a sad dollar. I'm happy in regards to both Jim and Walt's passing because I know that both of them are where they're not hurting. Walt's not struggling for breath anymore, and Jim's not hurting. And I always look at it that way. They're in a better place, and I'm happy for them. I will miss both of those men more than I can tell. They're wonderful lions. My second happy dollar is my youngest son's treating Connie and I to a week with his family and my other son's family over in Sun River. I'll be leaving Friday for a week and looking forward to that. And I know you'll all miss me next year. The last happy dollar is in regard to Wayne Smith's grand family, and that is every morning in the United States starts in Guam.
Okay, past District Governor Markell.
President Carrie Ann, fellow Lions and guests, there's my $5. First one is a very happy dollar. Got to spend a family week. Started with a black tie wedding in mid-80s temperature outdoors. That part wasn't fun, but it was great to see lots of family from all over. It continued on when we took cousins from Kansas that rarely get out this way to the Oregon coast for 3 days, and that was fun. Second dollar has to do with an ant infestation. We had ants all over for about 2 weeks, and the other type of ant, a little crawly kind that comes all over. I tried the regular ant bait stations, and I went and bought the fancy bait stations, and then my lovely bride said, "Why don't you call Interstate Pest? We pay a monthly fee." But needless to say, we didn't see the ant after about an hour after the guy was there. So, third dollar is for Sessions Shrimp Feed. Here's Cindy. It seemed to end quicker, and I don't eat shrimp. I did try to eat my share of pulled pork, and corn and other lovely things there, but thank you for that. That was wonderful. The next dollar, passing of Walt and Jim, as John said, they're in a better place. I'm definitely going to miss seeing them, but I'm proud that I had a chance to volunteer with both of them. Both of them are very great Lions. Quote of the week. from the esteemed Jamaican philosopher, Bob Marley. Yeah, man. Beginnings are usually scary and endings are usually sad, but it's everything in between that makes a life worth living.
President Carey, fellow Lions and guests, Steve had lots of happy bucks, but he forgot one thing. It was very important last weekend. I have a happy dollar. No, it's a good thing. We have 2 sons. The other son and his family came to visit us for the day. There's 6 altogether in that family. They came to work and clean up the weed acreage that we have. And mowed and did weeding and trimming. You know, it's just amazing. I'm so happy that they came and helped out. We just don't get to do it anymore.
Do they hire out?
Yeah, they hire out.
They hire out.
Which way am I going? Oh, I go either way, okay. I'm following Penny. Where am I going? Oh, you. Soldier and Secretary. Terry.
Hope you get through this. So much for Jim and Walt. Jim and I went to a lot of places together, and I had one job, just sit in the, he drove all the time, and I was shotgun. I had to pour his coffee every 2 miles at least. We had a lot of coffee, and we never stopped for road stops there at any rate. So we had some interesting times when we had Don Berg in the back seat screaming at any rate. The other chance I had was Jim hated motorhomes. And if you were ever in a car with Jim, he would say, oh, those damn motorhomes. So that was my job. If I saw a motorhome ahead of us going up a hill, I had to say, that goddamn motorhome. Made Jim happy. So I know there's no motorhomes up there, Jim. And then on this one, I went to the attorney's office with Jim's will and stuff and tried to get things through. He says, oh, I think I've got something of yours. So if any of you guys remember Lions Mints that we had out, and he says, I don't think, anyway, they've had it in a closet someplace, and it's full of money, believe it or not 2 minutes. So I'll trade you if you want it. Here we go. Now give it to Larry Hansen because he was in charge of U4, but at any rate, I'll give it to him.
Is there an expiration date on those mints? Oh, they're like fruitcake. Okay, you want to go? Okay. PCC, now forward.
Thank you, President Carey Ann, fellow Lions and guests. I got $3 here that came from George Rader. 1, he was sad about the outcome of the election. 2, he was exceedingly happy about not having to be sign chairman anymore. And 3rd, he was sad about Jim Reineke and Walt Speck. Here's my 5. Some of you may or may not know that Jim Reineke and I met in Toastmasters 50 years ago. Wow. And I gotta tell you, we did a lot of traveling together in Toastmasters. When he and I were on the multiple district Lemper team, the stories that you're going to hear from Terry Woodruff and I are all accurate. His best one was, there goes a man who can persuade his wife to take the whole house with him in a motorhome. And then he would follow it up with what Terry said. I gotta tell you, ladies and gentlemen, if you're not making a good friend in this room, try harder. Try a lot harder. Because you have these memories that go forever. Jim and Mike Gaeta and and Patty Allen just did so much together. We had so much fun. The last couple are, number 1, I nailed 5th place. I nailed it.
I saw, George always told me I would be either elated or relieved, and then another friend said, Hal, you should be elated and relieved. So I'm elated and relieved, not having to do the responsibility. And then finally, Walt's back, wow. That's a tough one too. I didn't have as many driving trips. I think Jim and I probably put on 5,000 miles together. And so, but the whole Speck family is just wonderful, wonderful people. And to my friend and fellow Lion Raylene, congratulations. She beat me. Can you believe that?
He looks a lot better than you.
She's got more hair than you.
Eric Halverson, please. President Carrie Ann, fellow Lions and guests, this is a shameless plug dollar. Fill the Canoe ends on Friday, so that's the Red Canoes school drive, school supply drive, and Red Canoe will match pound for pound and donate it to Youth and Family Link. So get your backpacks and pencils in by Friday.
Yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. Past District Governor Mike Parker.
President Carrie Ann, fellow Lions and guests, $1 each for the passing of Jim and Walt. Great guys, great friends. And Lion Pat, you talked about getting older is fun. My oldest brother's favorite saying is, getting old is not for sissies.
No kidding. Hi, Ray. Hey.
I'm Carrie Ann, President Carrie Ann, and fellow Lions. I have 5 happy bucks. I nailed 3rd place.
Yeah.
Also, my daughter Elise here got engaged on Saturday. And she leaves back to school on Friday. We leave to Texas. So back to Texas on Friday.
Oh, wow.
She goes to Baylor. And then my other daughter just enrolled in school today, so in college. So it's all happy daughters.
And Councilor Chair Steve Jones.
President Carrie Ann, fellow Lions and guests. Obviously, we got a couple bucks for Walt and one, Jim. And this was kind of a mixed dollar. I haven't been here for a couple weeks. And a week ago, it's been, I spent 4.5 days in the hospital with a bowel obstruction, which was very painful and not good.
Yeah.
Sunshine First Penny did not know that. Bad boy. Talking The only thing where it's a slide break where he follows that.
President Carrie Ann, fellow Lions and guests, they have $5 today. First 2 is Jim and Walt. And I'd like to commend Cindy Sessions for all the stuff she did for Walt Marie, and for Terry Woodruff for everything he did for the Reineckes. Without their help, they would have been kind of a sour place. The wife, little update on her, not much has changed. Goofy Hospital, we're scheduling her for an operation down in Vancouver, Southwest, and my wife didn't know anything about it. There's a very bad communication problem, and I got on the phone and chewed a little bit of butt yesterday. Anyway, she's getting better, I think. If it wasn't for oxycodone, she wouldn't be able to make it.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Thank you, Greg. Okay. 3rd VP and
President Carrie Ann, Lions and guests. Couple bucks for Walt and Jim. And I'm really glad that I got to know them over the past couple of years. 2 legacy them for sure. And also for Mr. Stephen Patterson, your comment, revenge is best served cold.
if you're a Star Trek fan, you know that came from Rocket Pond. Oh, Cindy. am taller than Steve. President Carrie Ann, fellow Lions and guests. I had a boo-boo last Thursday on the way to. What?
Really?
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
I don't believe it.
Oh. Anyway, the corner of the clubhouse got torn out, and by the window that was left open, when I pulled the trailer out, it caught the wall and kind of did some major damage. Anyway,
You were going 60, is that right?
well, no, it was about 45.
Okay.
But anyway, the wall is now fixed better than it was.
Really nice.
And just got a little bit more work to do and it'll be finished. So, and the other dollar is for getting to know Walt and Jim. And it's been a pleasure knowing both of them.
That is definitely true. Oh, okay, don't trip over the table, don't trip over the table, don't trip over the table. I'll come back to you.
We're going on.
I got it, don't trip, don't trip.
Isla's not here.
Lion Secretary Leroy.
I know she's not here.
President Carrie Ann, fellow Lions and guests. You guys traversed that pretty good, so that was all right. A few happy bucks, or bucks. Got a couple here in honor of Walt and Jim. Just working with them over the years, been in Lions for a long time. They've always been here, part of the club, and so really good to miss them. Saturday, my wife and I participated in the Lexington garage sale craziness, whatever. I hate garage sales. I even don't like going to them, never will. And I dislike even more having to sell stuff. But Melissa's been doing art and using jewelry to make art. And so she gets boxes and boxes full of, boxes that weigh 20 pounds or 30 pounds of jewelry. And so she goes through this stuff and sorts out everything, which she's going to use to keep or whatever. She had a ton of rings and bracelets. And so at 50 cents a piece, she made almost $200 selling this stuff. Yeah. But we want to get rid of this stuff. And so she did really good. So that's fine. So that's that. This coming Friday, just to pay her back for the garage sale thing. She and I and some friends are going down to Portland to see the Foo Fighters. For those of you who are familiar with Foo Fighters, you know that we probably won't be hearing anything for a while. And on top of that, we're in the aisle 12 from the stage. So we're almost in the mosh pit. So it's gonna be wild and crazy and fun.
Okay.
Oh, I have. Is that not loud?
Yeah, I know, but I don't hear
Oh, Kelly.
Oh, Kelly. Kelly.
Thank you. Thank you, Carrie and fellow Lions. I have 5 happy sad bucks also for Jim and Walt. I did not know Walt, but I can tell that you'll be very much, both of them will be very much missed here. And I also see so many in here who volunteer, so the rest of that is also for everyone here who volunteers, and not just here, but I see you all in other organizations as well, so thank you.
Thank you.
I had to do that. And fine.
Okay. You want me to use my own?
Here we go.
Okay, fellow Lions and guests, my $5 is really just a remembrance of Jim and Walt both. It's, I've been in this club for about 15 years, which seems like it was just yesterday, but you really get to be family with all of you guys, so nobody else gets to leave us for a very long time, and I appreciate you all. So I just, an acknowledgement of the ones that are here, that we thank you for being here. You guys mean a lot to me, so I think that's it. Okay. So we will move on to our speaker, because she's got some great fun for us today. So Kurt, do you want to come up and introduce our speaker?
Thank you. President Carrie Ann, fellow Lions and guests, today's speaker has quite the background. She grew up in Alaska. She has worked in the arts for most of her career. She was as an educator with Washington State University, go Cougs. She's toured the U.S. And abroad as a violinist and had the incredible opportunity to perform in the Carnegie Hall. She performed in the Anchorage Symphony, and she's locally performed with Southwest Washington Symphony. She is the managing director of the Columbia Theater. She's been at the Columbia Theater for 20 years. She has brought a trivia test. So if you guys, on everybody's table is trivia, she'll be going over that. So if you want to take a look at it and take your shot at giving it time. In the meantime, would you give a warm welcome to Kelly Ragsdell.
You can. Do you want me to move this stool, or do you want to stand?
I feel so tall.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you for having me here to speak today about the Columbia Theater. As Kurt mentioned, I did put a trivia on everyone's table. For those of you who don't know, the Columbia Theater will turn 100 years in 2025. And out of the 13 theaters that were designed by George Purvis, who was the architect of this particular theater, there are only 3 that remain standing, and only one of them in its original form, and that is us. So, yes, yay! So we have our centennial season that opens in September, and then also April 4th, 2025 is the actual date when we will again cut the ribbon, 100 years later. And that weekend we will have a bunch of events for the community, for families, that will be free, because we really want to thank the community and everyone who supported us, and that we're one of the few remaining theaters left of that era. So anyways, when I talked to Kurt, he thought this would be fun. So I thought we could go through and ask questions, see how much you all know about your historic venue, and some other history questions. So I'll just shout, I guess, ask for a show of hands and go through each question. In 1925, what did a 3-pound can of Crisco cost? Was it A?
Let's go with
A? Who says B?
Well, you made it so hard, yes.
Yeah, anything. How about C? Anyone for C?
It's always all of you.
The correct answer is 69 cents. It is B.
Oh, your president got that.
So, what film played on opening night, April 4th, 1925? Was it A, Phantom of the Opera? B, Go West? C, Charlie's Aunt? Charlie's Aunt is correct. And we will be again showing that movie exactly 100 years later, the original with live accompaniment on April 4th, 2025. Okay, the original budget to build the Columbia Theater was $125,000. What was the final cost? Was it A, $175,000? B, $250,000? C, $300,000? The correct answer is B. It was $250,000.
100% over budget.
100% over budget.
Yeah.
How many feet of lumber from the Long Bell Yard was used to build the Columbia Theater? Was it 575? 800? 1 million.
1 million.
The correct answer is 800,000.
Now, who initiated the building of the theater and set up a business to operate it? Was it R.A. Long? Wesley Vandercook? E.B. Catlin? Vandercook is correct. That's right. What idea was suggested in 1930 to generate additional revenue for the running of the Columbia Theater? Was it a scene shop for building production sets? A speakeasy? A miniature golf course in the basement? It is miniature golf course in the basement. It doesn't make any sense. Leroy knows. We get a fair amount of water in the basement. But that was a letter from J.D. Tennant proposed to Vandercook to raise additional money. Early stage shows featured an unknown stock actor from Portland. Who was it? Was it Jane Powell? Clark Gable? Archie Leach? So it was Clark Gable. And true or false, the theater was sold at public auction in 1935.
True.
It is true. 5 years after the theater opened, it went bankrupt and was sold to a savings and loan company in Tacoma. And what was featured on the marquee of the Columbia as it was prepared for demolition? A, Empire Strikes Back. Goodbye, Columbia.
Goodbye, Columbia.
Superman. It is Goodbye, Columbia. Besides Virginia Rubin, who else was on the task force to save the theater following the eruption of Mount St. Helens? Dennis Weber? John M. McClellan Jr.? Bob Kirkner? It's Bob Kirkner. He was vice president of the original task force. Now, we have partnered with the Missoula Children's Theater for 3 decades. Also, thank you, Harold and Bev, for housing our guests this year. So what Golden Globe winner had their first experience with Missoula Children's Theater? Was it Emma Stone, Lily Gladstone, Ryan Gosling?
Ryan Gosling seems so well.
It is Lily Gladstone. And which public agency contributed $6.1 million in the 2008 renovation? Was it Cowlitz County Public Facilities District, Washington Department of Historic Preservation, Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation? The correct answer is Cowlitz County Public Facilities District. So what famous artists have appeared on the Columbia Theater stage? I won't go through them all. I'll just ask if it's all the above. Yeah. It's everyone but Stevie. Stevie Wonder. Everybody but Stevie Wonder. But maybe we can get him here for 100 years. That would be incredible. So anyways, that's just about the history. I wonder, did that prompt any questions? Did anyone want to ask anything about the trivia or anything else about the history of the theater? Yes, Pat.
Pat, I was about to turn around.
Kelly, I always love to see the room reaction to this. Can everybody who has ever volunteered at Columbia Theater raise their hand?
Wow.
Can anyone who's played a musical instrument at the Columbia Theater raise their hand? How about dance or act? Or grandkids who dance or act?
I broke some grandkids.
That's right. Oh, Hal's been in many times too. So anyways, thanks for playing that. We've been going around and having fun with that at different events. And just to talk a bit about the season, we have some wonderful shows coming up. A lot of arts education programming for the kids. We're doing some performances of Nutcracker for the Kelso School District. We do a lot of outreach with the Emergency Support Shelter, the Highland Neighborhood Association, as well as Community House. And also free workshops. Part of that is with Missoula Children's Theater. We do free workshops at the Kelso and Longview libraries for kids. If you're ever interested in learning more about that, please, give us a call. We always like to invite people to see a rehearsal and kind of learn more about what we do with education. Last year we had our first STEAM education camp because we're all about the A. It's not STEM, it's STEAM. And we had Janet Astronauts Academy last year, which was a wonderful program. We actually had some of the students, we had an 8 and 9-year-old student who were able to take their first ride on a Cessna, and through part of the core civilian aeronautics, and they were able to take their first flight. So we do a lot with education that people don't know about, and a lot with our volunteers who we so appreciate. But anyways, Hal's all ready to show our season video, and we'll show you what's coming up for our centennial season. Take it away, Hal. Oh, I've turned the sound up.
Just buried his dog in our backyard and wanted a month-to-month lease. Like, wow. It doesn't seem like the right move. Even the dog was like, in this economy, are you sure? You sure you don't want to cremate me? on planet Earth. Watch man's best friend reach incredible new heights. Paws down, these are the most talented dogs you'll ever meet.
Thank you. And that is our, I should say, our main stage season, but we also have, the video would be way too long. It's a 4 fantastic rainy month series that is sponsored by Fiber and the P&D. And those are geared to and their families. We also have a film festival that will feature a variety, I think 10 independent filmmakers, which is in September. And we'll be premiering David Aslan. And for those of you who don't know, David Aslan grew up here in this community. And he premiered his first film 2 years ago, Harmony Falls. And that was filmed all in and around this area. He's an author and filmmaker. And he's returning with his B horror film, Red Tide of the Vampires. So that's really neat. He grew up here, and he said when he was a kid, he would sit in the balcony, and he had a dream that one day he would be able to premiere a movie, and that it would be done at the Columbia Theater. So he's coming back to do his second premiere for that. So lots of other things. Check us out online. If you'd like to know more information, I brought some brochures. And I'm happy to talk, answer questions, talk to you about any other shows or what's happening at the Columbia Theater. Thank you.
Is the basement not leaking?
The basement still has water. However, Hal, under the orchestra pit, after the previous renovation, that's remained dry, and we're trying to figure out why that is. Oh, yeah. Because we'd like to recreate that, but we have not been able to figure out why.
The orchestra pit is below the basement, too.
Orchestra pit is 8 feet below the stage, but we have a cover on it. So now it's about 4 feet from the stage. But yeah, that area remains dry. You can see, and also we do backstage tours. So if anyone wants to come or schedule a tour, you can see one of the original chorus dressing rooms, one of the doors. And at that time, the 1930s watermark was about to here. So we're a lot better. It's improved over the past 100 years. So thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for coming to speak to us today, Kelly. I'd like to give this Pioneer Lion mug to you, if I could spit that out, as a thank you for coming to speak to us today. So thank you. Yeah. We'll do some announcements. We've got a couple. So if let's start with Greg first.
President Carrie Ann Cole, I guess, got a few announcements today. First one, tomorrow evening, 6:30 at the Canterbury Park, we have our Site Hearing Foundation meeting. Anybody is welcome to attend and see what we do. Next announcement, Day of Caring with the United Way, September 12th. We'll be over at the PUD again. They requested it. They like what we've done in the past. It's a lot of fun, and the work's not hard, and I requested not hard work.
Right.
Membership apps, I have membership applications with me, anybody that needs those, and I do have the club pins with me also.
You go ahead.
Yes, hello, this is Carol lady here. I have some samples over here, and I also have my inventory, if some people want to see and maybe check out, I have a whole bunch of polo shirts. Polo shirts, I don't know if anybody knows that. There's a whole bunch of polo shirts, they're 80. I don't like those. Yeah, big giant ones. Anyway, I grabbed the inventory over here. If you want to see me after, I'll be over here. Thank you.
Okay, all right. Thank you. So a couple announcements that I'll just read off here, and that is we've got another concert at the lake we're doing concessions for, which is this Thursday from 4 to 9-ish. So signups have already gone out. Make sure that you get signed up for that. Or we've got the Squirrel Fest, which is Saturday from, it looks like maybe 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. is what I have here. So again, that sign up went out, so just make sure you're checking your emails and getting signed up for those things. Also, just want to give you a quick, so we don't have anything written in stone yet, but we are going to plan on doing one Pioneer Lion membership just meeting, one evening a month. So we're going to start that hopefully in September. So if you miss a meeting during the day, then you can always make that up to our one evening meeting, and we are still working out the details. So I will give the specific date and time and location. Yes, Mr. Pat Palmer.
President Carrie Ann, you're reading my mind as I was sitting here perusing Facebook.
Of course.
Because I get bored easily. Your wonderful daughter, Katie, posted that September 19th at 6 p.m. at Ashtown would be the first Thursday evening meeting.
Okay. Okay.
So long story short, September 19th, 6 p.m. Ashtown. They also have non-alcoholic beverages and other food items. We don't know what the scope of look is, but we have a place and a time.
Okay.
Put it on your calendar as I've done already.
Thank you very much. So I did write that down, but then I got to thinking, well, the Thursdays, we've got the concert at the lakes during the summer, but we'll figure it out. So anyways, we'll start with that September 19th date. And Katie was contacting Ashtown, so she must have got the okay to do that. So, all right, let's get to these tickets. How about, yes?
Sorry about that. I'm Carrie Ann. Something I was remiss about with all the deaths that we've had. Eileen is still in the hospital, but actually she's not in the hospital. Eileen Reineke with COVID, and she broke her ankles, and now she's over at Americana for rehab. So if you send stuff to the house, nobody's going to be able to. Somebody shows up at the house every once in a while. At any rate, if you can get over to Americana and see Eileen, I'm sure she'd appreciate it.
Okay. Thank you, Terry. Get your tickets out. We've got a blue ticket that starts with a 9347 1 5. Oh, Steve Patterson has that one, so I'll read the red ticket while we're doing that. Red ticket is 760775. Close. Any 75?
Right here.
Oh, Kurt up here has it. That's what I was thinking too. Look at that.
We got a diabetes committee.
Diabetes. Okay. What was that sound?
That was Steve.
Okay. Okay, Darlene.
President Carrie Ann Nolan suggests the desserts for today go to Jay Pruitt and Mike Parker.
Wow.
Yes. Are you putting 20 bucks in there again? I'll be pulling the trailer out of the clubhouse.
Okay. 4:30
on Thursday.
Mike, get the brownies related.
Okay, this is a very important announcement that our second VP just said he is gonna pull the trailer out of the shop on Thursday, this Thursday at 4:30 PM. So if anybody would like to monitor that, please show up then, Thursday at 4:30. Okay, if there's nothing else, we'll adjourn the meeting.